This is the Transformers Generations Titans Return Voyager class Alpha Trion with Autobot Sovereign as his Titan Master or Headmaster. The figure is part of the second wave of Voyager class figures for the new Titans Return series of figures for Transformers Generations. And the figure, well, it's interesting. This is perhaps the first time we'll ever get an Alpha Trion figure available on retail, not as a convention exclusive or as a subscription or a third party. It's actually a retail figure of the Autobot Mentor. And Alpha Trion struck me. Wait, before we start, get carried away with the discussion. He comes with training card, tech specs, as well as a muddy type of instruction booklet, which puts a strain in your eyes. Here is the packaging. Fantastic artwork, purple and pink and pinkish red. It's a triple changer, obviously. Most of these Titans Return figures are triple changers. He struck me as back in G1 as somebody like Dumbledore or Jaga mentoring his protege Orion Pax. And here he is with the Generation Orion Pax. And that, I do the whole aerial bots thing, but they just don't have time for that. But I honestly thought he was somebody like that, like Dumbledore, but he's kind of looking like Jaga or the I don't know who I'm talking about. He's just so beefed up and massive that he's looking more like the animated Sentinel Prime. Not Sentinel Prime, animated Ultra Magnus. That big truck Ultra Magnus that was like the leader of the elite guard. He's looking more like that instead of the Dumbledore or the Jaga type or the Obi-Wan type of Episode 4 Obi-Wan Kenobi, that to Orion Pax that we've grown so accustomed to back in G1. And I don't know exactly what where Hasbro is going with this. I can only surmise that, just like what they did with Sentinel Prime, they really intended an Astro Train, but they figured they'd sell the repaint first, like Sentinel Prime, before they sold the real purpose of the move, which is Astro Train. The same way with Blitzwing, they're going to sell that Optimus Prime first before... Oh, no. They're going to sell that Megatron first before they sell Blitzwing, and then same with Octane, they're going to sell that Optimus Prime before they make Octane. And I think this one, they're trying to do a Leo Convoy somewhere here, or a Leo Prime, and they wanted to do an alternate figure first, so that people would buy it first instead of just doing the intended figure first, and then people would just not buy the repaints. So here he is with a deluxe class figure. He's pretty big, beefy. I don't have Leo Prime anymore, but I still have my from Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Predator King. He's really big, so yeah. Okay. He comes with a sword. I'm not sure what this is, Star Saber, or I don't know, but it's a nice sword. Doesn't say anything. But I do love the paint scheme on it. It's clear. It's a clear orange plastic that's been painted purple. It also comes with... I thought this was going to be like the cat's claw for Thundercats. He'd like wear this claw somewhere, but I'm not sure he can. He can hold it though like a gun. And this is supposedly the seat, or the weaponized seat that you can put Sovereign into. And the full transformation of the head sculpt is... Well, that one's okay, but the full transformation is you push this button right here, and out pops the extra horns, or sort of like a helmet. And you'd still be able to turn his head because that base turns. So that's pretty neat. Articulation for him, he has a full range of articulation, except for the waist piece because of the transformation. But he's got articulation everywhere, no rocker joints though. So a little bit difficult to pose him because of all these kibble and the lack of waist articulation and rocker joints, but still posable. He's got some, as you can see, the animal parts sticking out here and there, and the starship or the ship parts sticking here and there. All right, so let's transform him. Let's get rid of Sovereign first, and Sovereign's here. Unpainted plastic. I'm sure Takara is going to paint all of that. There he is. We'll put him as a seat right here. Okay. Get rid of Ryan Pax. Get rid of, well, we'll keep that there. Okay. All right. First thing you want to do, you compress this. It feels like it doesn't want to go anywhere, but you have to push it all the way in. Hear that click, and then you push this button to pop it all back off. Okay. Rotate the hands like this, and it will form, as you can see, the lower mandible of the lion, which in this regard I don't understand why they didn't paint it in the same color as this one, or they molded it in the same color as this one, like this plastic. Now it's sticking out like a weird, it's a hand, obviously. From afar the silhouette looks like it's a jaw, but up close you'll know it's a fist. So they could have molded this one within this plastic or this plastic, and it would have been fine, disguising that fist. Okay, the cockpit, incidentally, Sovereign can also ride there. We'll show that off later. Go ahead and fold these. That. We'll do that later. Attach the waist piece. And attach this. This one is kind of tricky because those two pegs are going to fit into those slots right there, and it's kind of tight. All right, it's really the clearance issue, but yeah. And then the Autobot, nice little Autobot symbol there, and the feet, just fold it like that, and you form the hind legs, just like the G1 Predacons, if you remember that, how they transformed. It's very similar. And lastly, the sword, this piece right here is going to clip on underneath right there in those slots, and they kind of transformed like the old Predacons of G1. And there you go. That is Alpha Trion's beast mode, excuse me, which looks really weird. Let me just join these fists together right there. They're fists. They should have been painted in this. I don't know what they were going for. Maybe the lower should have been colored different. I don't know. If they had been painted this way or molded this way, it might have worked. But it's very obvious. They're fists. Very, very bulky hind legs. You can move them if you want to, but to stand them, they look like that. That's his lion mode, and I can already see a Leo Convoy or Leo Prime in this mold. It's very clunky. Kind of looks like an aging Voltron lion, but it kind of grows on you. At first, I was like, "What the hell is this?" But it sort of grows on you. And then Sovereign, you can pop him here in this cockpit, just like in jet mode, or you can pop this one right here, just like a Zoids. Right there, those two pegs right there, thin pegs, they stick onto those slots, and just like a Zoids lion, it works. Okay, now to turn him into his starship or his what is it, spaceship alt mode? I don't know. The instruction says to get him back into robot mode, so we'll do that partly. Okay, we'll do the legs. You don't have to put back Sovereign as a head, so it's easier this way. If you pop him back. Okay, so just like that, you don't have to move the forearms. You can start in this position and then fold these head pieces right here. It's like a unicorn lion. Anyway, And then well, these they just stay there. Sorry, you don't move it. Go ahead and rotate the legs and then fold the feet down and just join them together like so. And these two flaps, they sort of form the locking pieces, not locking pieces, but they sort of keep the, like the, it's like an aircraft carrier pegged into the waist right there. There's two notches right there. And man, this thing loves to pop off. During practice, this thing popped off like 10 times. And as you can see, it's like an aircraft carrier, like a shield helicarrier, and there are pegs for other minicons that you might want to put there. You could do that. Put him right here. And again, you can, instruction says you can put him here. And then you can have another minicon sit right there. And then this one, it's like a landing gear. And essentially that's the ship mode. Sort of like a shield helicarrier. And the sword, you can put it here or here. The instructions say to put it here, but it just pops off very easily. So I think I'm gonna try and put it here. Sort of fit that notch. Oh, it's not gonna work. Yeah, there's that notch right there. I thought it would fit in nicely in that groove, but okay. Okay, so he's like Thunder Sub or a shield helicarrier, and I need a vehicle. Oh, here we go. Here he is with the Voyager class Optimus Prime. As you can see, he's kind of small compared to the truck, obviously. Anyway, it's an okay figure. I do believe it's a repaint of what is intended to be a Leo Prime or a Leo Convoy. This alt mode is okay for me. The lion mode kind of grows on you, and the robot mode is kind of a little bit beefy for an Alpha Trion, but it will work. So I'm a little bit biased about Alpha Trion. We're getting a figure, so I'm going to be a little bit generous on this figure. It's typically, if I didn't know the characters, I'm going to put it as a 7 out of 10, but because I know the character, I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Voyager class from the Titan's Return Alpha Trion with Sovereign Titan Master. Thanks for watching.